What's up, guys? Welcome back to today's video. It's gonna be a short one. The videos recently have been, did I screw up my gimbal? Have been pretty short, and mainly because I've been so busy. What is going on with my gimbal? Or is it the way I'm holding it? I don't know. Anyway, I just left the house. I just finished red light and journaling. I think I broke my gimbal. Or maybe, I don't know. It just feels like it's not framing right. But I finished door dashing already, $100 for the day. I've been just running it up to 100 and then I call it for the night, but that's besides the point. I've been just grinding, knocking on doors, trying to generate leads or generate appointments so I can start getting some commission. But sales, if you guys know, it's not easy. It's a cutthroat industry. If you're not on the ball and you're not good at what you do, you're probably not going to make money. But that's not going to stop me from going after this. I definitely believe. Dang, I definitely broke this. Maybe. I don't know what's going on with it, but sales is cutthroat, and if you can't handle the heat, then get out of the kitchen. That's sales. And the issue is, I'm in sales right now, and I have very low capital. And pretty much all I do all day is drive. And what does driving do? It costs money. So, with that being said, I have to find a way to make money to afford all the gas I'm spending my money on. So I'm door dashing, and then I'm also door dashing to pay for food and to live like a human, not live below means. But it's definitely hard when all you do is just work all day. Literally, I know I used to talk about this, and maybe it's funny now, actually, now that I think about it. But I used to always say I wish I could work all day and just be locked in all day. And that's literally what I do right now. For, I would say, at least from 10 o'clock to 10 o'clock, I'm grinding. Either door dashing or knocking on doors. I usually stop knocking doors at 6, and then that's when I start door dashing. But literally, I'm locked in, and it sucks and it's hard. Like right now, I'll show you guys. I gotta fix that. That's the issue. Alright, I'll talk to you guys in a minute. So, like I was saying, it's 12 o'clock, 12:30. And normally I don't do this. I don't ever stop back at the house to do anything, but I stopped back because I had a stakeout that I thawed out all day, and then I also wanted some yogurt. But I stopped back at the house, and then I also realized I need to do red light and journaling, and I've been skipping it a lot recently. We're gonna ignore that. I've been skipping it a lot recently because I haven't been home. I've been at my aunt's house because I'm using the car all day, and I dropped my mom off at work. But it's hard. I'm literally locked in from at least 5 in the morning. Like, that's when I get up. My day starts at 5 and ends at 12. I'm not getting much sleep. I'm drained. And I'm losing time on everything. I don't really have time to make content. I don't have time to edit the content. My client, I've kind of just had him on ghost mode. Not on purpose, but had him on ghost mode. I just haven't been doing crap. I haven't even been reading that often. I've read today, but I haven't been reading, stretching. I haven't worked out today, and it's Monday. I should definitely put in a workout. I'm just taking the blunt force of what I'm doing. My body is tired, and it can't take. I don't think it can take it. You need sleep. You need all of these different things to keep your body functioning properly and to allow it to maintain. And I'm pretty much going against all of that. And I'm doing it all for a goal, and that goal is to be financially free. And is it worth it? Yes, to an extent. I would say health over wealth, and I've said it thousands of times, but wealth can allow you to have that health, and wealth can do a lot of things for you. I love the grind and getting better, but at the same time, I don't for reasons like this. For me, I need my downtime, I need my recovery, and I'm gonna be honest, I need time to just brain rot and sit. And I haven't been getting that too often. But I think it's good because I used to pray and write in my journal, I wish I was more locked in. I wish I was working all day. And that's all I do now is work all day. And I just work on becoming a better salesman, becoming a better entrepreneur, becoming a better man, better brother, better person overall. That's all I do is just focus on improving. Whether it's big improvement or small, it doesn't matter. I just want to improve and become better each and every day. And it's happening. It's not that it's not. It's just, again, it's taking a toll. But I'm definitely getting hooked on sales. I love it already. I love the psychology behind it. I already knew I loved it because I copyright, and copywriting and sales are almost the same thing. But I've loved sales, copywriting, the whole back end part of it, the psychology, and not necessarily what you see on the outside, but what goes on in the inside. Like with certain phrases you say, how certain words can change the outcome of a conversation. And that's what I get hooked to, attracted to, and just getting better. I've already gotten so much better at sales. I think today was like 4 conversations. Most conversations I've gotten in a day. And I almost landed a couple appointments. If I was more experienced, I would have probably landed them. But I'm getting more conversations, which is good. That's my main issue. I was knocking on doors and getting no conversations. And then I also just need to get more doors in. I haven't been hitting that 30 door mark, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I'm choosing doors that are just spaced out really far or what. But I'm not getting that 30 door mark, and I'm not even getting close. I'm getting like halfway. So I gotta do something with that. But I know the more reps I get in, the better. The knocking on the door fear is kind of faded. It's not really there. The speaking fear kind of faded. Now it's just a matter of getting better, improving my objection handling, improving my pitch, improving my communication, the way I speak, the way my body language is when I'm speaking to people. All that stuff is very important, and it can throw off a conversation. For example, if you have closed body language where your arms are crossed and you're trying to sell someone, that's going to make the next person uncomfortable because a lot of times we mirror each other. And if someone sees you're closed off, they're going to be closed off. And I know it's not that deep, but it kind of is that deep. Just like approaching a door smiling and then approaching a door with a straight face, smiling is going to change your outcome a crap ton. And then what happens if you show up to a door with assertiveness, chest up, good posture, looking like you know you're supposed to be there, versus looking scared, nervous? Which one do you think is better? Being assertive. All those things go into play, and if you do it all, it just betters your chances at that door. I'm thinking about just doing some cold knocking too, because all the doors I knock on are warm-ish leads. But I think I should just knock on some doors, cold doors, one, to just work on my pitch, work on speaking to people and that aspect, but also it's a chance at more leads. And right now, if I can just get a couple appointments, I don't have to worry about door dashing. That's what I was writing in my journal. The only reason I DoorDash is because I'm not confident in my skills in sales, and then also for good circumstance, which is capital. But truly, it's just a fear of me not succeeding in sales, because I could definitely land some appointments. There's nothing stopping me. And if I land one appointment, I think, depending on the job, it's almost $600 commission just to land the appointment. I don't have to close it. And then when I'm closing, that's when the real money comes. But I have to get more experience harvesting, and I don't mind, but I really just, I do get tired of knocking on doors where no one's there, and then I also get tired of screwing up the bag, but I know that's part of the process. If I don't screw it up and I don't fail, I'm never going to learn. And looking at failure and losing isn't really failure and losing, it's learning. I just learned that in the Little Red Book of Selling. And if you guys remember, I was reading that book at one point. I just picked it back up. But failure is not failure. You've got to look at it as a step to learning that thing you want to learn. Everyone will look at failure as such a bad thing, and oh, it's wrong and you can't fail. But why not? Why can't you fail? If you're not failing, you're never going to improve, or if you're not screwing things up. And that's what I've realized, and what almost everyone says. In the beginning, if you're perfect, when are you going to learn anything? You're just not. So I want to fail. I want to get in front of people and screw it up and embarrass myself, because one, that's going to motivate me to work harder, and two, it's going to make me improve. It's going to bring those uncomfortable moments that bring improvement. And I've already had them happen. Yeah, they suck, but look at what it's going to bring. Today I watched a video by Chris Voss and Andrew Huberman, a podcast. And Chris Voss, if you guys know, I've read his book. Some of you may have read his book, Never Split the Difference. It's an amazing book, and it teaches you negotiation tactics that he used as an FBI agent, or an FBI hostage negotiator. And he uses questions. Like, most of his tactics come from questions. And I remember my sales manager / coach showing us questions, like how to use questions to sell and to bring out these issues and then to solve them. And I've been implementing it more, and I've seen it gets your prospect telling you exactly what they need. You don't even have to put in any work or effort. It's already all there. You just got to get it out of them. And then you can tailor a message towards them that helps them see their issue or see what you have to offer. For example, I got an objection about price being too high. And that's a common objection. And then I handled that objection by saying, so the price is too high? That's what you're telling me? And I wouldn't say it like that. Honestly, I think that's too aggressive. Maybe that's just me. But I would say something like, let's say your prospect's name is John. Look, John, so what you're telling me is the price is just too high. You can't budge. And then you'd say, yeah, that's out of my budget. And then you'd say something like, look, John, I completely understand that's out of your budget. Here's the thing. I wouldn't spend $20,000 on a roof if I wasn't comfortable either. Here's the thing. You're not here to buy a roof. I'm here to give you information on a roof. And you haven't realized the value of it yet because I haven't given you that information. Something like that, where you just handle the objection. Because I think with a price objection, where they say, all right, it's too high. Why would someone say, hey, the price is way too high? Yeah, it's expensive, but there's a deeper underlying reason on why they don't want to pay a high price. Because let me ask you this. When you go to the store and, for example, you've got a $10 steak and a $20 steak, and you pick the $20 steak, why do you do that? Usually it's because you believe there's more value, or the perceived value is higher. Maybe it's a grass-fed steak. Maybe it's got more meat on it. It's a 2-pound steak versus a 1-pound. Well, same thing applies with roofing. These prospects don't understand the value we're bringing. That's why the price doesn't line up with value. They don't see the value in the roof. They don't know, one, why it's so expensive, because they don't know if it's good. They can't fully trust the product. So it's like a trust and a value issue. They don't really see the value and they don't really trust you. So if you can get past those objections, build trust. Look, John, I understand that the price is too high, and honestly, I wouldn't buy a roof at that price either if I didn't know da 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 da. Bam, you just built trust because you're understanding them, and then you're showing. And then also you're showing value. I'm bringing you information. I'm here to help you through this. And this is just my opinion and some of what I've learned in the sales class or the sales training for this job. And like what Chris Voss did too for negotiation. But also there's labeling, where you label. It seems like you think the price is just a little too high. Am I spot on? Like something like that. You label how you think your prospect's feeling. And then you got mirroring. They say, price is too high. You mirror. So John, what you're saying is the price is too high. Bam. And that just gets them to speak more. Labeling gets them to speak more on the issue that you don't actually know about yet. You label an issue and you could be completely wrong, but now they're going to tell you exactly what's going on. And these are psychological things that we don't even realize. It just happens because that's how the brain works. And then there's, what was it? Something questions, like certain kind of questions that get you your answer a lot faster. Calibrated questions. How, what, it helps get your prospect to open up. It's saying, help me help you, kind of. But these are all things that Chris Voss talks about and that you'll learn in Never Split the Difference. It's an amazing book, as I said, and I learned a lot from it. I don't know why I got here so fast. It feels like I spawned. It might be because I'm half asleep. I don't know. But yeah, it's. What is that? Oh, that's my vet. But yeah, it's. You just learn this stuff as you go. But I've been watching Andrew Huberman and just trying to build on my skills. One of the things the sales manager taught us was sales is personal development. And I know I've mentioned this, entrepreneurs personal development, but I haven't really taken it too serious lately. And I started watching some Huberman podcasts and just learning about the different parts of the mind and how to communicate, how to improve every area of my life that I can to become a better salesman, to become a better person. But mainly communication, because if you can communicate, you can do anything. And my communication's cooked. But that doesn't mean it can't be good. And I know it can be good. I've got the skills to do it. You've got the skills to do it. We all do. It's just a matter of doing it. Anyway, guys, I know I just ranted on the most random topics. I'm just talking my head off. I'm in the car alone all day talking to myself. So it's nice to talk to you guys and get some stuff off my chest about what I've learned and what I'm doing. But yeah, I'm gonna go head to bed and talk to you guys tomorrow. Peace, guys. Thanks for watching. See you guys tomorrow. Comment, subscribe, like, whatever suits the mind. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Peace, guys.